All right. Thanks, guys, for being here on Team Forever Strong's weekly team call. It is June 8th, Thursday, June 8th, and we are having an awesome start to the month. We ended last month really incredible, guys. We helped so many people in this month. I really want us to work a little harder, talk to more people, really just get more vulnerable, like stick to some kind of a health and fitness plan, whatever program it is that you want to do, and get awesome results. Because I'm not kidding, guys, like getting into the Shift Shop test group with me doing that and really being consistent, I cannot even tell you how many people have just come to me from seeing me be so consistent with the post. So I'm going to kind of touch base on that a little bit during the call tonight, but awesome way to kick off the month. I know Kristen won the free pair of Nikes.
Hey,
Awesome job.
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome.
So excited.
I'm picking them out in person because I need to be able to see. Like, I like to be able to see them. I know I could do it online and that would be easier, but it gives me an excuse to go shopping and see them in person. So I will be doing that tomorrow.
It means more because, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You deserve it. This month, I'm not sure what the prize will be. I'm thinking of something good, though, guys. Okay. All right, so let's go over a couple of, actually, wait. How about any rank advancements that we have? I feel like it's been so long since I've run a team call. Does anybody have anybody that they'd like to recognize or anything that they'd like to celebrate with their team or their coaches? Carrie.
Shout out to Lindsay. I shouted her out. Is that a right word? Is that a real word? Teacher shouted. Yeah. I gave her a shout out on our team page because this is like her first month as a business starter.
That's awesome.
Lindsay in her second month hitting Success Club consistently. So she's getting in a great groove. I'm super excited for her.
That is awesome. Congratulations. That's a really good sign right there. Keep going. Now you just take it 1 month at a time. That's how it's done. All right. Does anybody have anybody else that they'd like to congratulate? Nope. Okay. All right, guys. So a couple of announcements here before I go into the team call here, but we have Summit coming up next month. I am so excited for that. I cannot even wait. It's going to be here before you know it. It's right around the corner. And for those of you guys where it's your first summit, just be prepared to be completely blown away and for your business to like skyrocket when you return, because I can't even put into words what this is going to do for you, like personally and just business wise. It is absolutely phenomenal. I just want to mute everybody here. Sorry. Okay. All right, I'm going to be doing, if you guys don't have a Team Forever Strong tank, like the gray ones that we had from last year, because I like to do the team picture every year when we go to Summit just to see, like, it's so cool to see, like, how it grows, how many people from the team go from, like, the first year, second year, now my third year. So I actually have a bunch here still in my parents' basement. So if anybody wants one, I will post a thread in the team page, and you guys can comment below with, you know, what size you are, and I can just ship it out to you, and then just bring it with you on Summit. And I'm going to be putting together a Summit private group on Facebook so I can add everybody to it, and that way we can kind of coordinate when we're going to have like a team dinner or drinks and dinner or what. I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do, but I gotta get that squared away within the next week. And then I'll post in there too when we can do like our big team picture, because I know there's a lot of different teams going, and I'm sure you guys all want to have like pictures of your teams and do things with your team. So I'm going to get that all squared away as soon as possible so we can pencil that all into the agenda. Yeah, those are really nice. Oh yeah, the guys too. And I got to figure that out. You think you were a tank? I'm just kidding. Whatever. We'll figure that out too. That'll be no problem. Probably just regular, just like gray t-shirts, you know what I mean? With the logo. All right, so we have the Summit I just went over. Okay, top 800 Success Club point earners are going to be able to earn a free photo op for Summit. So for this month. So if you're going to Summit, guys, trust me, you want to get these photo ops done with the trainers. It's so awesome. Like, it's so cool to be able to meet them and talk to them. And then you can share your photos with your challengers and your challenge groups and to help promote the business. And people who aren't into coaching, they don't believe that you actually meet these people. You know, like I had somebody just the other day that was over here and she was like, wait, you actually met and hung out with Tony Horton at a party. Like you were actually talking to him and socializing with him. Like, you know who he is. You've met him. And yes. So it's really cool, guys, to be able to do that. All right. So we have that. Then also we have the Shaun T Week, guys, is coming up on June 12th. So this is a really great idea to try to target people who have like really loved Insanity and T25. This is going to be inspired by those types of workouts. So they're definitely going to be on the more intense level, which honestly, it's good to prep yourself. If you're looking to get into Shift Shop, or if you're trying to form a list of people who are interested in Shift Shop, I highly recommend that you start getting people involved in a more like kicked up challenge group, you know, like 21 Day Fix Extreme or Core de Force or T25, something like that, because it's definitely not like a laid back 21, not that 21 Day Fix is laid back, but it's definitely kicked up a notch, a few levels. So you definitely want to be used to working out and pressing play is what I'm saying. You don't want, I would not recommend Shift Shop as like, this is your first time I've ever worked out, because it's really, really hard. You definitely got to have some kind of physical fitness and exercise like down pat, if that makes any kind of sense. So anyways, Shaun T Week is coming up that week, and every single day for the entire week, he's going to be releasing a brand new workout that people can try. So start posting about it, start getting people involved in that so you can put together a group, and we can get people trying out that program, because people love people love him and they love his workouts and they've missed him. So now this is something new. Am I scaring you? No, seriously, you saw my before picture and where I was going, okay? If I can do it, trust me, you've been used to working out for so long now, it's doable. But it wouldn't be for somebody who's like, I haven't worked out now in like 2 or 3 years. You know, I got to lose like 50 pounds. Like, this is my first time. It's definitely not a beginner program. Even though they do have the modifier, it's still, it would be a challenge. Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, you guys are going to feel the shift mentally, physically. It's crazy. It's seriously so crazy. All right, so we got the sneak peek. We also have Coach Basics 2, guys, just kicked off this past week. So just make sure to get on your coaches, and I've been really working hard with my new coaches, really reiterating the fact of how important it is to be in the group and be engaged in it and take it seriously. I know you can't lead the horse. You can lead the horse to water, but you can't get it to drink. But it's so important that our new coaches take this seriously and start treating this like, you know, a business from day one, because if they're not taking it seriously since day one and they're not in the Coach Basics, chances are they're probably just going to fall off and quit. That's usually what happens. So just when you have your one-on-one calls with your new coaches and you get them started right, just make sure to really emphasize the fact that they have to be in this training. It's only 3 weeks. There's only 3 calls. And, you know, this is where they're going to learn everything that they need to learn in order to build a successful business. Okay. All right. Any questions on any of that stuff that I went over? No. All right, cool. Okay, so tonight I wanted to talk to you guys about the power of it showing up. And I know it kind of sounds a little bit basic, but people always ask me, I'm kind of going to like throw in a little bit about, you know, my story, even though some of you guys already know it, especially if you've been doing this now for a while, you already know the story. But so many people always ask, you know, how the heck have you had all this success? Like, how are you, you know, able to earn 6 figures so quickly and be able to do all these things? Like there's something magical I'm doing. And then when I sat back and I was really thinking about it, that's where I came up with the topic of really it's all about the power and showing up. So for example, like being on the team calls and things like that. That's why I'm glad that you guys are here because this is one of the things, like the power of showing up and being present and engaged, you know, in the team page, on the team calls, bringing the information back to your teams and relaying the information. So honestly, the power of showing up, guys, is really the most important piece to building a business. When I sat back and looked at it, I feel like if you really want to take this thing all the way and you don't want this just to be a hobby, you really have to have like these 4 phases of the power of showing up that I'm going to go over. And you have to do it every single day, no matter what happens, no matter what you're going through in life. If you can commit to doing those things every single day and not just walking through the motions and tiptoeing around, then you're going to build a 6-figure income business. It will happen. So people always tell me, like, what the heck allows you to have all this success, like 3 years in, yada, yada, yada. So I want you guys just to, in case you don't know, like when I first started this, right? I mean, I only had like 300 friends on Facebook, only had 300 friends, I knew nothing about a business at all. I wasn't into sales. I never had any of that background. I hated the whole idea of sales. It was one of the reasons why I didn't want to do this. I hardly ever used my social media that much at all, except for like the random post here and there. I was a first grade school teacher. So this whole business and being an entrepreneur and being a CEO was like the last thing on earth, guys, that I seriously thought I would ever be doing. That was more my husband's jam, with his MBA in entrepreneurship, but that was not my thing. I was totally overweight. I had like 35 pounds to lose. I was completely sleep deprived. I had the 4-month-old at home and the 22-month-old at home, and I was getting no sleep. I was nursing Kirsten around the clock. You know how that is. If you ever had a baby and you nurse the baby, it's like they never want to stop. You couldn't get anything done, no time to myself. And then all of a sudden this business is put in my lap that I decided to do. And my back was up against the wall because I was going to have to go back to work and leave the kids, which that was not an option to me. But people always say, like, how the heck did you have success so fast? Like, what the heck was it? And how do you continue to have success, 3 years in? And honestly, and it sounds so basic, but when you really get into something and you believe that you can do it from the beginning, I feel like that is pretty much everything. Like when you get into it and you see, when I would see like Liz or I would see Keith and I would see all these other things that they were doing and they were achieving and the way that they were living their life. And then I saw kind of like the crap hole that I was stuck in. I didn't think for a second that I wasn't going to get there. I didn't doubt myself. I really, really believed in this opportunity. And I looked at those other people and said, they're no different than me. I mean, if they can do it, I can do this. And instead of me being like, oh man, like they've been doing this for 7 years, like I'm getting into this now, like they have more time than me, or, I could have said, hey, Liz doesn't have any kids. Like, of course she's going to be able to do this. I didn't say that at all. Instead, I looked at all those situations and was like, this is awesome. Like if these people can do this, and that means I can do it too. And the one of the, most important things that Keith had told me when I had a one-on-one call with him before I actually took over his Coach Basics for him. I was only 2 months in as a coach, guys, when Keith Callahan had me running his Coach Basics for him. He said that you have to be consistent. You have to show up every single day and treat this like a business. And so I did. So when people always ask me, like, what the heck, what sets you apart from other people? Like, what makes you so special? And it's like, I'm just like you. What makes me special is that I have chosen to show up every single day now, guys, for 3 years. I'm coming up on my 3-year mark, June 26th. And I honestly can say I legit, straight up, have never missed a day, ever. I might not have worked as hard. Granted, I love this. I honestly, if I could choose to do anything in the world, guys, it would be sit down and work on this business 24/7. That would literally be my best vacation would be me sitting on a beach with my toes in the sand, with my laptop out, just working the business all day, all night. I never get sick of it. 3 years in, I still never get sick of it. So it was that ability to show, it was that ability of me to choose to show up every single day for 3 years. So nothing's been perfect, guys, along the way, right? We all have major failures that happen. We all have slip-ups. We all have times where we might have that little bit of doubt in our mind, but then you always go back to what brought you here and why you were here. Kind of almost like, right, when you're in a relationship with somebody and you start to get really annoyed and sick of them, right? And all of a sudden, you got to go back to that feeling you had when you were first met that person. Like, what got you to fall in love with that person? Same thing with coaching. What got you to fall in love with coaching? What got you to say yes to this? What got you to continue showing up at the beginning if you were doing this now for a long time, right? That whole thing. You know, I could have said, there are many, many, many times, guys, honestly, that I could have said, like, you know, I cannot do this. I could have thrown in the towel, and I could have stopped, you know, last summer when both the dogs died within a 5-week span. I could have been like, I'm not working the business. Granted, I did go down in a major, major slump, but I never stopped working the business because this is my business. And if I opened up, you know, a Dunkin' Donuts franchise and my 2 dogs had passed away, it's like, well, hello, you have a business you're running. You have to show up and work your business. Otherwise, you're not going to have people coming to your store to buy the coffee, right? So even with that, I chose to show up every single day. When I sold, in the process of selling my house, right? And I was kind of in between houses. I was in between my house in Uxbridge and over here at my parents' house, and back and forth, and no stability and no routine. I could have been like, you know what, I'm just going to wait till things settle down and I'll dive back into the business. No, I chose to do it. There was that. I mean, I had so much weight gain, guys. I mean, you saw it was an entire year of me basically going up and down and up and down and up and down. I never stopped working the business, even though I felt like total garbage and I was going through some really, really tough times. Oh, good. I'm glad that you guys are relating to this. Just being honest, because sometimes, especially for new coaches, when you come in and you see people who have been doing this for so long, you think everything is sunshine, roses, and butterflies, and they've just got it made. But it's like not like that at all. It's actually more responsibility and a lot more stressful the bigger your team is and all that stuff. Trust me, I still love it, but that's just the truth about it, right? You know, living in my parents' place, you know, I have a share bedroom with my son, right? I'm in this squeaky freaking bed. It's so uncomfortable. The kids are still waking up, guys. Literally, like, the kids are still waking up at night. Leanna's going to be 5, okay, this month. Actually, next Wednesday. Kirsten is 3.5. It's still happening. So still, that sleep deprivation that I started off the business with, that I thought would be totally gone by now, is actually still here. All the travel that we've been doing, right? A lot of times people use travel as an excuse to, like, not do their work. That's the time where you should actually be hustling down even more, showing people the freedom that coaching can allow you to do, is to travel and to be able to do this business from anywhere. Even with all those trips and everything that we went down to South Carolina, down to Florida to house hunt, you know, Punta Cana, you know, Colorado the other week, I still literally, I worked the business every single day. Even if it meant that I only did 5 invites that day, I never let a day go by that I didn't invite, or that I didn't follow up with people or do my posts on social media. So all these different things. How about when Nick got laid off? We had just bought literally just bought our brand new house in Florida. And then Nick gets laid off from his job, right? He gets laid off from his job. Luckily, he, within like a week, was able to get put into another job in his company. But now he is going from working from home every single day to literally flying out on a Sunday night and coming home on a Friday night all the way to Miami because he has to work on site, which is all temporary, thank God. He's getting a new job for this other company once we close the house, but he couldn't switch in between because it would mess up the whole loan. So literally for this entire month now, where we're supposed to be, you know, kind of packing up and get everything ready, it's me at home with the kids. And he leaves Sunday night, flies out to Miami while I stay in Massachusetts, and then he comes back on Friday night. And he does that every week for like, it's been like 3 weeks now, right? I could easily say, I can't do this. I am way too tired at night now. I can't handle this. But instead, I have been crushing the business, right? Because you can't let excuses get in the way for your business, because this is your business, guys. And it's not going to freaking go anywhere and do anything or build itself if thanks, Kristen, if you don't show up and you don't put in the work for it. So all these different things could have happened. And same thing with you guys. Like, I'm sure there's going to be things that are going to happen. There's going to be a lot of things that are going to happen. But you have to always remember why you're here and where you want to freaking go with this thing, and know that no matter what, with all that crap that's going to happen, that you're going to choose to show up every single day, no matter what. No ifs, ands, or buts. And like I said, I tend to go a little balls to the wall. I'm not the norm. Most people aren't like me. They don't want to work as much as I want to work. I truly, thoroughly enjoy doing this with every bone in my body. Like, it doesn't matter. I could be making $1 million with this. When I get introduced into the Million Club in a year or 2 or whatever from now, I will still choose to work on this as much as I'm doing now, because that's how much I love it. So I do go a little balls to the wall with the amount of things that I do on the business. But my point is that even when all this stuff is happening, I still would show up and I would do a little bit. So like I said, 5 invites a day for me is like a little bit, right? Everybody's at their own, pace. You have your own goals. It's different for everybody. But you can't not show up. So I'm going to kind of go into this. I really honestly think, too, guys, what really helps with the showing up is, first of all, I'm a control freak. So I don't know if there's any control freaks on this call right now. Are there any control freaks on this call? Kristen, are you a control freak? Kelly? Right? It does help, right? For me, honestly, when it feels like things are spinning out of control, I like to dive in and bury my head in this business because I know that I can control the direction of this. And I hate when things are out of my control. Like, I hate the fact that, Nick is in Miami working all week, even though it's temporary. And I hated the fact of all those things I went through, right? But I couldn't control any of that. But I could control what I decided to do, which I love burying my head in this because it's positive, and it's uplifting, it's rewarding. I know it's growing me. I know it's me helping others grow. And in turn, it's building my business, right? And it's getting us closer and closer to, where we want to be, right? And checking off those things on our, goal board and all that jazz. But really what helps too, guys, is you have to love the programs and the products. Like, if you really want to make it big with this down the road and you have big goals, you have to love the programs and the products, like totally love them. If you get to that point, like, you won't quit because you're going to totally believe in them. So if you look at anybody like on our team or even anybody in the network, people who are doing like phenomenal things with their business, they've all at one point or another have gotten kick-ass awesome results from Shakeology and from a program. And when you get those results, you're on like cloud 9, you're super confident, right? And then you want to share this with everybody. So you have to get that. If you've been dabbling with programs, guys, and you've been in and out of different things and you're a newer coach, like, the biggest mistake that you can make is to not commit 150%. So find a program, commit 150%. Even if you've been doing this now for like almost as long as me, 1 year, 2 years, 2.5 years, whatever it is, like, you have to get those results. It's just crazy. People do, they know whether you're all in or you're just kind of dabbling with the programs. And I've seen it even in my business, guys, over the past year when I was having all those things that I went through, all those, things that could have derailed me happen when I was in and out. I literally, in the past year, guys, maybe it wasn't a year, I'm sorry, 10 months, pretty close to a year, have only completed 2 programs from front to back religiously. That's really bad as a health and fitness coach. I'm just being honest because why am I going to lie about it? But it's true. That's why I was up and down, up and down. And what did that do for my business, guys? Because I've been doing this now for 3 years, so I see what it does. It caused it to be up and down, up and down, up and down, right? As soon as I committed to the Shift Shop program that's going to be released next month, I can't wait for you guys to try it. Seriously. Like, honestly, I'm already at like Success Club 16, guys, and it's the 8th of the month. And I have like 3 more links out. And that's from people coming to me through, like, honestly, guys, stories is the best thing that you can do. Insta stories and Facebook stories, it's where they're all coming from, right? That and just watching me on Facebook. I've literally had now in like 2 days, like 5 people come to me and say, I've been following other coaches now for a while, and I've also been following you for a while, and I need to sign up and I need to be in your group that's going to start on the 19th because you're the most consistent and you're the most reliable and I know I can trust you. How do I join your group? Plus you look awesome, they say, right? Because they're seeing me show up. And I don't have a ton of likes on all my photos. So that has nothing to do with it. It just has to, so if you don't have a lot of likes or traction on your post, trust me, it doesn't matter. More eyes are actually on you, right? Then people are watching you. They want to see you show up every single day. So get hooked into a program. And I did reach out. So I'm going to do another whole call on this too. But it's the Instagram stories, not even Facebook stories, guys. Like, everything has been going much better for me now on Instagram. Like, just 3 years in now, I feel like I don't know what the heck happened, but I just feel like I'm having way more success on that. But it's with the stories. You can view who likes your stories. And at the end of every single day, it takes a while, but it's so worth it. At the end of every single day, I go through every single person who's viewed my story. And then I send them a message like, hey, thanks so much for, supporting my post. like, thanks so much for all the love. It means so much to me. Like, heart, heart, heart. I send that. I see what they say. And then I say, were you looking to get into our group that's kicking off on the 19th? It's awesome. And I do that. And I have been getting so much responses back from that, way more responses back, because I'm showing just real life stuff. Like, it's not just a couple things here and there. It's, me feeding the kids a fudgicle like before bed, and just, just being me, you can just be you, and it goes away in 24 hours. So whatever, it doesn't even matter. But it's been a total game changer. So that's another whole call. I am going to do that, I think, next week. So just make the decision, guys, to never completely go MIA, like completely MIA, because you can't be leaving people high and dry like that. So anyways, I want to go over what I feel the 4 phases of showing up. So the first one, and you guys can jot this down if you want. I know that a lot of you guys have like big teams of your own. You might want to relay the information to them. Do like a live video on your team page, kind of help them out in this area. But if you can have 4 of these phases locked down and you do them every single day, that's when you know your business is really going in the right direction. So the first phase is showing up. Are you showing up for your own health and fitness? And like, honestly, I'm just not a big fan, guys, of like, I'm going to do this workout one day, and then I'm going to do another workout this day, and then I'm going to do this day, to like show Beachbody on demand. I just don't think it's like, I just don't like that. Pick a program. Like, what program are you doing? And share something about it every single day. Commit to it 150%. Follow the nutrition plan 150%. Trust me, guys, I know. I had 10 months, like I said, I had a lot of really like stressful things happening. And when that happens, I like to eat and I like to drink, and I'm just not that like crazy nutrition coach that you'll see. I will never be like that. That's just not me. But you have to commit to a program 150%. And you also want like your team and your coaches to be able to see this too, right? So like when I was a brand new coach, I had 35 pounds to lose. I was all in, guys, with the 21-day fix in Shakeology for 3 rounds before I lost 35 pounds. And then the coaches that I was bringing on was seeing that. Like, they weren't seeing me like dabble like in health and fitness programs and, take a break this day, and I did T25 this day, and then whatever. It was one program, front to back, in the challenge group, being engaged, getting results, sharing it on social media. Are you doing that every single day? You're going to obviously fall off every now and then, guys, like I did. You're going to go out and you're going to reward yourself and have a cheat meal. It's okay to have a cheat meal. You can't have a cheat year like I did, right? So just that's probably the biggest thing, is actually getting those results. It's getting those results. If I were to narrow it down to, out of all the 4 phases that I have here, it's getting those results. It truly is, because we're telling people that we're a health and fitness coach. And if like you're not making any progress and people are watching you month after month after month, and it's like, she's a health and fitness coach, but I'm not really seeing much changes. What's going on here? They're going to be like, what's up with this? Is it girl reliable? Just get the results, guys. Get the results, share them, treat yourself, go out and have a cheat meal, cheat whatever on a Saturday night, reward yourself, and then get back on it and share it. That is going to do, when your health and fitness, guys, is on point, that is when your business goes through the roof. Anybody else who's on this call who knows that they have had awesome results, I'm sure they can speak for me too and say that they totally killed it that month, that they got awesome results, or the following month, because it's a delayed response business. We know that, right? So that's number 1. Are you really showing up for your own health and fitness? And don't postpone things. Trust me, I'm like queen of postponing and like looking at my calendar being like, well, next week we're going to be going to Colorado. Maybe I shouldn't start the program, and I'm not going to be able to freaking breathe since I'm up 10,000 feet in the air. Maybe I should just hold off. Trust me, guys, I am queen of like justifying, right? Just do it. Doesn't matter, because there's always going to be something. And you know what? When I went to Colorado and I couldn't freaking breathe, I had the oxygen tank, I still did my workouts. I could not do them nearly as hard, but I had to do it because I'm in this test group, and I committed to it, and people see me and they know I'm doing this, so I had to do it. All right, so number 1, that's the one. Number 2, are you showing up for your own business and for your why? Right? Are you showing up for your own business and for your why? And not just weekends, twice a week, every day, guys. Like, we need to kick this up a notch here, guys. Like, every single day are you showing up. I'm not saying that you need to go crazy, but are you doing your power hour? Like, this is a business. You have to do at least a power hour every single day. And there's a lot of full-time working moms on this call who are totally crushing their business with kids and sports and all, because they've found pockets of time during the day where they plug this business in and they sit down and they are focused and they get the work done, and then they go back to their job, and then they go home and they do dinner and they do all that, and then they go back to the business, and they have it themselves organized. They don't just wing it. They're not just like, let the whole day go by and then it's, 9:00 at night. I'm just too tired. I think I'm going to turn in. I'll just do more tomorrow. Like, I know sometimes you get really sick and that has to happen, but I'm talking if you're feeling good, like, you have to schedule it in. Are you doing this every day? A power hour every day, even if you have to break it up into small chunks. This is important, guys, because that is how the compound effect starts to happen. So if sometimes coaches are sitting there and they're like, I mean, I've been doing this for like 4 or 5 months, like nothing's happening. Okay, that's when you can look at yourself and say, like, all right, are you doing your power hour every single day? Like, really doing a focused power hour. Scrolling Facebook and commenting on other coaches' things and having side chat conversations with coaches is not working. That should be your reward. That's not working. That's wasting a lot of time. So that doesn't count. Are you actually doing business building activities? And even people who are crushing it, trust me, you can get more focused, because I know, because that was the same thing that happened with me. That's why this month I'm off to an even better start, because I'm even more focused, right? Don't get comfortable in this business with where you're at. Challenge yourself and do more. Don't be like, it's okay now. No, you could do better. You can help more people. Like, you can be better. You can be better for your team. You can be a better leader. You can be better for your family. You can be a better wife. You can always be better. It doesn't matter where you are. You can never stop. Okay? So are you doing that every single day? If you're struggling with this, guys, I mean, there are some really super organized people on the team. Just post in the team page, get yourself a planner, get yourself a notebook. Like, you have to really like look ahead and, okay, Monday, like, look ahead for the whole week. Like, what are your days going to be like? And then really look at it and figure out, like, when can you fit in? Like, okay, I have 20 minutes right now. I'm going to do my inviting. Done. All right, I have another 20 minutes later. I'm going to do more follow-ups, and I'm going to get in a post then, right? Schedule it out. You can't just wing it. Like, if you just have been winging it with this business, just kind of like winging it, you're going to get, guaranteed you're getting wing it results, and probably hobby-like results. You're not really where you want to be, and it's because you're not really taking control over your business and being like a true CEO, because your coach isn't going to be sitting down messaging you every day being like, so did you do your power hour today? Tell me exactly what you did during that power hour. You weren't messaging coaches all day, were you? That's not going to happen, right? You have to take ownership for yourself. You guys know the right things to do to build a business. And if you don't, there's a ton of trainings and a ton of recordings, and YouTube was my BFF and still is, guys, with this. So those two things. Mama Bear ain't got time for that. Exactly. So true, guys, right? We don't have time for that. The third reason, this is the third phase of showing up, is getting your own challengers and coaches set up into groups and leading by example for them. Okay, this is why, like, you can't sign people up and then disappear off the face of the earth and expect the challenge group to do the work for it, or sign up an active coach and throw them into Coach Basics and think that, whatever, Kathy's just going to take over and run the whole group and do the things. Like, you need to follow up with your people and have one-on-one calls with them and make sure that they're, in the group. Do you have questions about the group? Let me know. Support them, guys. Like, show up on the Coach Basics call. Like, if you know you're going to have one of your new coaches on the Coach Basics, like, show up, with them. I don't think that there's that many people on the team that actually run their own Coach Basics, but, if not, that's a good time for you to hop in, kind of see how I run it, what I do, see what you like, so that when the time is right, you can branch off and do your own, right, with your team. You can't disappear though from people. Like you can't. I know sometimes like it can happen. We all fall off a little bit, right? Like granted, like I said, for myself with Nick being in Miami for the past, 3 weeks now, I'm not as quick to get back to people. I can't do things as fast anymore because it's, me trying to do everything now with no help. So it can be delayed. I'm not MIA totally, but it's just a little bit harder now for me to get back to people when I don't have that help, right? But you can never totally go away. You can be taking a little bit of a break, maybe if you feel like you need to, but you can never totally be out. Like, where the heck is she? Because your challengers and your coaches, they need you guys. And this is so important because it's like your challengers and the people who you signed up, they signed up with you for a reason. They signed up with you because they trusted you and they believed in you. And, they knew that you were going to be reliable and they need help. This business is all about other people, guys. It's really not about you at all. You get to where you're going by helping other people, more people get to where they need to be. And so one way to do that is by staying in contact with your people, whether it's challengers or coaches, and really getting them results. That's like your job as your coach is, are my people having success and getting results? And that's like your number one priority when you sign somebody up, right? Okay. So also too, guys, by staying in contact with people like that, that's how you get referrals from people, and that's how, like, even to this day, 3 years in, I get referrals from people. Because if you're an awesome coach and you stay in connection with people and you're working with them and, you're understanding their struggles and you're helping them get through them and, maybe they need help tweaking a meal plan or, dumbing it down a little bit and doing buffet style, like what Dana does, right? Like that really worked for me before I got into Shift Shop. Right? Help them in any way that you need to. They'll go on and they'll tell people like, oh my gosh, like you got to sign up with this girl. Like she's awesome. She's a really good coach. She stays with you, and then you have the support from the challenge group too, which helps as well. But you do need to have that personal one-on-one connection. You can never give up on your people ever. You can never, ever give up on your people. No one likes to feel like they've been given up on, right? So you got to stay with your peeps. All right. The last phase of showing up that I wanted to go over, and this one's really important because as you guys all know, people watch you for a long, 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 long time before they actually sign up with you. Some people might wing it and in 1 month might do it, but for the most part, people sit back. You probably did it yourself. And you watched your coach, like behind the scenes, silently stalking. So the last phase of the power of showing up is doing it for your future challengers and coaches. Showing up on social media every single day. And there might be days, guys, where you can't get in, 3 posts. You just can't do it. But you at least have to show up every single day because you have to do it for your future coaches and for your future challengers, because as time goes by and people are ready to get started on their health and fitness, like I don't want to ever hear, like me personally, I don't want to ever hear that Joe Schmo didn't sign up with me because they decided to go with this other person because she's on social media every day. Right? That's something easy that you can do and you can control. You can show up and share a little bit of your journey and be inspiring and be motivating every single day on social media. You want to be that coach that people go to, right? Nothing is more rewarding, guys, and nothing feels better than when you get those messages like I just mentioned at the beginning of this call, where I got those messages from people saying, I'm signing up with you because you are reliable. You are consistent. You're there every single day. And it's been 3 years now, guys. And there might be some days where I only do 1 post. That's okay. It doesn't matter. I'm still showing up every single day. So you got to do the same thing too. And over time, guys, that's how you get some of your best active coaches on your team. If you're looking to build this into a business, then you want to build your team, obviously, over time. And that's how you find some of your best ones are from the people who are either number 1 in your challenge groups. So if you're being an awesome, awesome coach and you're sticking with them and they're getting awesome results, they'll be a great active coach on your team. And number 2, the next best way to get an awesome active coach is by really being a rock star on social media and just showing up every single day and being happy and showing excitement in your posts. That is how you will get them. The people I have found over my experience in the past 3 years, because I've had obviously a lot of coaches come and go. Excuse me, guys. The most successful coaches I have found on the team have been the ones who have watched and sat back and watched for a long time, because now at least they know what it takes to build a successful business. They're not getting just roped into like something that they think they're going to be able to like go out and buy this awesome car right away. Like they're seeing me on my stories. They're seeing me on social media, putting in the work, talking about how much time I've put into this and the sacrifices I've had to make and how grateful I am for it and how it's all been worth it. And they've been seeing this. So it's not like they're hopping in. They don't know what they're getting themselves into. They've been seeing me do this now for a long, long time. So they know that they're going to have to put in their time if they want to build a successful business. Those are the ones who I've seen who have done like really awesome with the business and will never quit. They'll never leave. And that is why I personally feel I did do this at the beginning when I first became a coach, because I wanted people to see the potential with coaching, because everybody's still, even to this day, they think it's just like, you can make money with that? Really? Like, this is like a hobby. So at the beginning, I would share like income growth progress, probably the first like year and a half, maybe a little less than that. But then I stopped that. I totally stopped that. Like I did it because I wanted people to see like, look, this is what's possible with this. I know I thought it was a joke too when I first heard about this. I thought this is the biggest scam going. But this isn't just like I'm making a couple $100s a month here. Like this is a full-time career for me. Like it could be that for you if you want to work your ass off for it, right? So I did do that. But what I found was that when I did do that, you get a lot of people in there who just, they think it's going to happen quick. And what I have found to be better now, and this is why I've been getting some good active coaches, is sharing like the experiences, right? And what coaching is doing for you, like experiences wise, like what it's done for you. You know, was it able to help you pay for a bill? Was it able to help you, you know, be able to take your family on a vacation? So instead of saying like the number, you know, talk about what it's done for you, how it's helped you change as a person. Like, and honestly, people are drawn to happy people, like happy, positive, enthusiastic people. Like you could be making $1 million a year doing this. You could do it. There's plenty of people in the business who do that. But if you're like posting pictures and you just look like depressed and down and you just look kind of like, I don't know, just not inviting, it doesn't really matter. People aren't really going to be drawn to that. And if they are, it's going to be the wrong people. You could be a brand new coach making no money right now, but you're showing like how much fun this is to be a part of a team and like how awesome this is, right? You haven't even made your first paycheck yet. People want to be a part of that, like plain and simple. The quality of people that you are going to get are going to be way, way better if you can stick with it that way. I don't know. I'm just telling you guys, just in the past, just from like what's happened in the past for me and from mistakes I've made and what I've learned. People do still post. Well, you'll see people in the network posting income like that all the time. But you know, to each his own, right? To me personally, just from what I've seen, it's just a quick fix for people. They think that it's going to happen like within like 3 months. They think they're going to earn 6 figures in 3 months, right? And I want hardworking people. So anyways, that's just my little piece of advice there. You guys can do what you want with it. All right. People are silently stalking you guys. Like they're literally watching you and reading you every single day. So just, you have to show up on social media and show that this is fun. Like smile and be enthusiastic, share all the good things, share that, you know, the personal development that you're doing. Because if you want to attract people onto your team who want to grow personally, you have to be showing that you're doing personal growth yourself, right, along the way. So share that too. Don't get so wrapped up in the likes, guys, and all that stuff, because it really doesn't even matter. It really doesn't. There's so many more people. Like your next, like your next rock star coach, guys, is seriously just still sitting there watching, reading every single post you made. Doesn't that drive you nuts? Like your next 5-star diamond coach, guys, is on the other end reading that post you just made. It's like, where are you? Come to the surface, please. Like today. That's why I'm always like, stop watching, just do it now. Like in my post, because it's true, right? But they're just waiting for that one thing for you to say that's going to get them to change their mind and be like, you know what, I'm just doing it, screw it. It's going to happen. And just think about, guys, like how long you had to watch your coach before you actually signed up, right? And then think about the people on your team who are doing awesome, right? Guaranteed too, they got awesome results with a program. They had a love for the programs, right? Like Carrie, you did the programs even before you signed up with me, right? Yeah. So she already had all that love for the programs before. And then like Courtney Bordeaux, she watched me for a year, guys, never liking or commenting on a single post. I always love to use that story. never even wrote back to my message.
But I'm the opposite because I didn't know shit about anything. I never even tried a shake, and I started inviting people.
Yeah, exactly. And guys, like seriously, like she said, I mean, honestly, like this is how nuts I am. When I had tried Shakeology like 9 years ago, I hated it. Like hated it. I had 2 scoops, I threw it in the trash, right? So I didn't even have my things. I had a negative experience of Shakeology, and I was waiting for the 21-day fix and Shakeology to arrive. And I was inviting people to a challenge group the night I signed up to be a coach, even though I had hated Shakeology in the past. I had 35 pounds to lose. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I didn't even know what a challenge group was. I just heard my coach talk about it. But yet I was inviting people to be in my challenge group. That's the way to do it, people. Dive in. You'll figure it out along the way. I promise you will. Yeah, Kelly too invited people the day she signed up. Exactly. Just there you go. We're going to do this together. That's what I said at the beginning. Like, guys, like I'm doing this. I need to lose 35 pounds. Like I didn't wait to get results. When I hear people say they need to wait to get results, I'm like, no, that's dumb. Start now. Okay. This is the best time to do it is when you're, not feeling good about yourself, because then you can do it with people, All right. So I want to end with this quote here that I have. Okay. The reality is everybody makes mistakes. The issue isn't whether you will make them, it's what you will do about them. It's whether you will choose the path of humility and courage or the path of ego and pride. And so think about that, guys, because we all fall off, right? We all have these times where we have these failures and we start to question ourselves. And then we're faced, right, with like 2 different roads at that time. We're faced with, what I feel is the ego and pride road, where you're like, who the heck am I really to be their coach? Like, I really haven't had any success at this point. I've been so in and out and so inconsistent. Like, I've totally fallen off. There's no way that I can dive back in and coach now. Like, it's already been way too long. I've let this thing go. How the heck can I possibly do that? I think I'm just gonna take a step back and then kind of like throw in the towel. So there's that road, right? When you know that you've kind of had mistakes happen and failures happen. Or there's the second road, right? Whereas you can choose to take the path of humility and pride, right? And if you can choose to do that, that's really where you will see your business start to flourish, right? If you can take that path, this is when your business totally transforms, guys. When you can actually be honest, right, with the mistakes and the failures that you've had and the struggles that you've had and the setbacks that you had. You acknowledge them, you're honest about them. But the difference between you and that person who took that other road is that you really don't care really what other people think. You choose to keep going no matter what. Whereas the person in that first road with the ego and pride, they're way too worried about what other people are thinking. So they're like, you know what are people going to say if I decide to get back into coaching now? It's been like 6 months. I've totally slacked off. I haven't been engaged. But no. But if you can take the path of humility and pride and acknowledge it, be upfront and honest with your team, with your coaches, with your challenges on social media, but you choose to keep going no matter what. That's what's really relatable, guys, because honestly, everybody in life is constantly failing. Everybody's failing every single damn day of the week, all week, every month. Everyone is. Everybody has setbacks. Everybody has failures. Everybody has struggles. You're no different than anybody else. We all have them. And sometimes you have a good string of times, and then sometimes it's like a shitstorm. It's going to pass. It always does. But you own a business, and people are watching you. And you have to do this for you and for the people watching you and your family. And you can never stop. Like, stopping is not an option, and people relate to that. If you can be honest and admit that to people, people are like, oh man, that makes me feel so good. I thought I was the only one drinking wine every single night of the week. Glad to know that I'm not alone, right? But then you get back on. You go on vacation, you totally fall off. You eat wings and extra blue cheese and pizza every single night in bed under the down comforter. Can you tell I'm describing my perfect situation, guys? Right? But then, you're honest with people that you love to eat pizza all the time. You have like a pizza addiction, right? Maybe a captain addiction, but I'm going to get back on and I'm starting now. And this time I'm for real. You just choose to never keep going. And who cares what people think about you anyways? If they're not following you and they don't like what you're doing, then they can peace out and they're not your people. Bye. Clear out and make some more room for more people. My son just said he loves Shakeology meetings. That is so funny. Oh my gosh, guys. So anyways, I like to leave you guys with that quote. Think about that when you go through those struggles and you have those times. Think about that. Think about what road you're on and just make the decision to never stop and to just keep going. The power of showing up. It's everything. All right, yeah, Scotty Hobbs. So true. Got to keep going, showing up every single day. Summit party.
Actually, Lindsay's son's name is Scotty.
Oh, really? I thought you were talking
Yeah.
about Scotty Hobbs. I'm like, did you say something about
They're actually in
so
Maui
cute.
right now. But I don't know if you guys follow his wife Gabby, but they're in Maui right now, and she called people out on saying like, oh, you do this is so easy, for you guys. She called people out on that, and she's like, we worked really hard for this, and we're not here in Maui just because we're
Yeah, it's so true.
whatever. But they worked really hard for it.
It's so true. And
Anyway,
that's why it's like, like guys, like you want to earn 6 figures with this? Well, then you're going to have to bust your ass. Like, you're going to have to put in some work. You're going to have to talk to more than 3 to 5 people every single day. You're going to kind of have to turn up the heat a little bit. You can earn 6 figures with this, guys, if you invite 5 people a day. It's going to take you 5 years, but if you want to move faster, you're going to amp that up, right? I didn't go to 6 figures in 1 year by doing 3 to 5 invites a day. I was doing like 50 a day. Like, I was going crazy, balls to the wall. It's all been worth it though, guys. I wouldn't be living the way I'm living right now in my parents' basement. Just kidding. If it weren't for that. No, but in all honesty, guys, like, we're moving to our dream home in like 2.5 weeks. We're driving down there. But I wouldn't be able to do that if it weren't for coaching, if I didn't bust my ass to do it. So I'm not afraid to share with people that I put in a lot of time and that I get like 5 hours of sleep at night. Still, maybe 6 if I'm lucky at 3 years in, because I got goals. And, I want to be able to live our life a certain way. And I always believe that I can be better and do more and, be better for the family and be better for you guys. And I'll never stop. So, I mean, people may come and go, but I will always I will be here forever. I'm not going anywhere. But it's important though, yeah, to tell people that this does take work, that this isn't an overnight thing, because you're going to get a lot less people, but you're going to get way more quality people who aren't afraid to actually work to change their situation, versus the person who's going to sit there and complain about the situation they're in and they're not willing to do anything to change it. Right? Okay. Yes, I want to live in my parents' basement too. Yeah. I know. It's like, here I am. I'm like, I got like my dungeon. I got like Windex in the background. It's like, this is an awesome backdrop. Don't worry, guys. The backdrop is going to be pretty freaking sweet soon. Okay. This is all gonna make sense to you in a couple more weeks. All right. You just be patient with me. Probably the new coaches coming onto the team are like, who is this girl? Is she really even successful? All I see her doing is working out in this basement that has like no lights. Yeah. Boxes. What boxes? What? Oh, you mean the backdrop of boxes in the new home?
Moving boxes.
Yeah, they're all
Moving
in the
boxes in the beds.
They're all in the pod. It's heading down to Florida Monday.
Awesome. I'm so
Oh
excited
my
for you
gosh,
guys.
I love you guys too. I just want you guys to keep crushing your goals and know that you can do this too, guys. And honestly, like, I haven't washed my hair in like a week. I'm no different. I'm just walking around in the same yoga pants every single day, just working my business at night, That's it. That's all you got to do. Tired? It's like, it doesn't even matter at this point. We got energizing coffee for that, guys. Come on, suck it up. All right. So I love you guys. Hope you had an awesome day today and hope you have an awesome Friday. And thanks for everything. You guys are the best. Have a great night. Bye, guys.